Your date isn't until 8:30 p.m., but it's 9 in the morning and you're already figuring out what to wear. You change your outfit 26 different times until you decide to put on the first outfit that you had on that screams, if you can't handle me at my over-the-top and overdressed on a first date, you don't deserve me wearing the same outfit on a camping trip, but with sensible shoes. You stare in the mirror and have an existential crisis on whether to wear lipstick or not. You've noticed when you don't wear lipstick, people ask you if you're feeling okay, but would a big red mouth prevent your date from making out with you? You decide to wear the lipstick. There's nothing hotter than when a guy messes up your lipstick. You leave your place way too early, and now you have all this time to kill, so you're wandering around the restaurant where you're gonna meet your date, and you already feel like you're too overdressed, and you kind of fear that because there's nothing worse than being rejected when you're dressed really nice. It just feels so demeaning. The only thing worse is if you get rejected and you're not wearing shoes. I don't know why that bothers me so much. Maybe because you can't run away. You time your arrival at the restaurant to be approximately 4 minutes late because you think that's chill. You're still too early. Your date arrives 13 minutes later. They're flustered, they had to find parking or something. They feel way underdressed because you look like a fucking Edward Gorey illustration, and they just keep looking down. Everything is already completely awkward. The restaurant's a bit too loud while you're waiting for a table. You both keep shifting your body weight. You're finally seated, but you're seated too close to everybody else in the restaurant, so you don't feel like you can have a meaningful conversation that you would want other people to hear. And you're already dreading the kind of small talk you have to have that is acceptable in a public situation. Also, your chair is at that sweet spot of feeling too high for the table, but too low for your legs, so you kind of feel like you're at the kids table, but you also feel like a big, clunky, awkward giant. The whole restaurant feels clunky and awkward. It's just a little bit too well lit, too sterile. The only thing not clunky and awkward is your waitress, who is fucking beautiful and has a cute accent. And you're already dreading your date, kind of comparing the two of you as you mispronounce the names of foods and wines to her, and she repeats them back in her cute little accent. All you can think of is that drawing, you know, with the, do you see an old witch or a young maiden? And you're just kind of hoping that your date really likes old witches. So the beautiful waitress with the cute accent, is it Portuguese? Who knows? It's so exotic. She asks if you'd have a drink, and you immediately say whiskey soda, and your date says, a glass of water. You want to die. You already feel judged that your date has healthier coping mechanisms than you do because he can handle this with just a glass of water, and you're already beating yourself up for not getting a shot before you came here. You can tell your date is still distracted and flustered about something, so you decide to make a bunch of pointless observations about the restaurant and ask him a bunch of fucking questions that he mechanically answers as if it's a job interview. You start to notice the table's kind of moving, and you can't figure it out, but it's because your date can't stop shaking their leg, and then he notices you noticing that, and then he stops, and it's a little weird. Oh goody, the drinks are here. The waitress takes your order and you both get the only vegetarian option on the entire menu, and then your date starts talking to the waitress about some sort of sauce, and then they're talking about a mountain town, and then they start talking about some old movie theater that got shut down, and you're like, well, they've fallen in love, cool, so you just finish your drink. So the alcohol has finally bullied all that anxiety into this like dark corner in your brain that you can't fully access. So now you're in your most pure and zen-like form, and you don't even care if the date fell in love with the waitress. You just want to have a good time. And before you were too nervous to flirt, now you don't fucking care. You have nothing to lose. You tell him, I like your shirt. What's that made of? He says, cotton. This is the point in the date where you try to make meaningful eye contact. Your date still hasn't asked you one fucking question about yourself, but that's cool. You got him talking about some tour he went on, and he's very happy to have a lively audience for this spirited story. And while he's talking, you keep thinking, man, I could just go to the bathroom and set a fucking mirror up here and he'd be just as happy. But it doesn't bother you. You have a good buzz going on. The food finally arrives, and your beautiful waitress with the cute accent passionately describes it to you. Ta-da! So it's a gigantic plate with 3 raviolis and I think 2 pieces of asparagus. There's so much empty space on this large plate that it looks like an unfinished illustration. You get another drink. Your date orders another water. You try to eat your 3 bites of food really slowly, but then you're like, fuck it, I'm just gonna throw caution to the wind and talk shit about everything. So you shit talk on this food, this plate, this restaurant, this fucking chair, this annoying couple next to you that won't shut the fuck up. And then it's like your date comes alive. They start talking shit too. You're just having the best time now being complete assholes. You split the check, which is absurdly expensive for 6 bites of food, and your date asks if you would like to go to a bar. Why, yes. You go to the bar, your date orders a soda water, and you get another whiskey soda, and you find a nice dark corner. You ask them if they don't drink, and they say they're taking a break, but they don't mind if other people drink, and at that point you don't care because you're already drunk. You spend the rest of the evening just shit-talking everything. You keep getting closer and closer and closer and closer the more you discuss the things that you hate. Is shit-talking flirting? Are you falling in love over all the things you despise? You don't fucking care. He leans in and messes up your lipstick. You wake up at noon with a mild headache. You always get headaches when you're anxious about something. You're pretty sure it has to do with your posture. It's almost like your head can't even carry all the bullshit going on inside of it, so it just kind of falls down. You think to yourself, coffee will help this. Your fucking roommate Kevin is in the kitchen and corners you about a past due internet bill for $64.28. You fucking swore you already paid that bill, but you can't prove it because everything's done by cash in your house and nobody ever keeps receipts of anything, and you really should start doing that. This is such bad fucking timing. $64.28 might not be a lot of money to some people, but for you it's life and death. You're already in the hole because you had to get your work shift covered tomorrow because you have a date tonight. You want to fucking kill Kevin. Today fucking sucks. Now you have to go to the fucking bank. The dumb lady 2 spots in front of you is arguing with the teller because she can't cash a check that belongs to her boyfriend without her boyfriend being present. You can't fucking believe people don't know this shit. Why is everybody so fucking stupid? She wants to speak to a manager. The next person in line must have a business account or something because suddenly all the tellers are having to assist him. You're gonna be here all day. When it's your turn to pull money out, you notice that you don't have much money. Something about a check not going through yet, something about a charge you forgot about. Doesn't matter. All you know is you're fucking broke. You consider canceling the date and are angry at yourself for choosing that overpriced restaurant to try and impress them. This shit always happens to you. You get home, you fucking pay Kevin, you smoke a little weed and try to go back to sleep to get over this headache, this day, this life. And then your fucking mom calls. Your mom is upset about something that the neighbors did. You calm her down. Your head is pounding. It's somehow 7:30 now. You live near the restaurant but feel very rushed. You put on the only pair of pants you have that don't have holes in the pocket because of all the keys you carry around. You don't know why you have so many fucking keys. Also, where are your fucking keys? You are now late and looking for parking. Everyone is fucking annoying. It's everybody's first day on planet Earth. You're still so fucking pissed at Kevin. You desperately want a drink, but you can't afford the ones at that stupid fucking restaurant you picked out. Besides, you're trying not to drink right now because you turn into an asshole when you do. You see your date and you feel very underdressed. You can already tell they're disappointed. You can't even make eye contact with them, so you just look down and awkwardly shift your body weight. You notice that Alexandria is working. She used to be your server when you would take your ex here on special occasions. You remember Alexandria because your ex would always start fights with you because she thought you wanted to sleep with her. You kind of wish you did, because then it would be something to fight about. You hate fights about nothing. Alexandria seats you and you're so fucking thirsty. You can't believe how thirsty you are. You hate how small cups are at restaurants. You consider ordering a pitcher of water if it wasn't psycho shit. You notice the leg on your chair is all fucked up and it's making you insane. You start nervously twitching your leg and your date notices. She's staring at your leg now. Now you feel judged. This was a terrible idea. Do you even like this girl? Your mind starts to go to a dark and defensive place, but then you remember you didn't eat much today and surely you're just hangry. You're really excited to eat and cheer up immensely once the food is ordered. It seems like your date is having a good time. She's not judging you anymore. She just laughed at that joke. You start to tell an old story to you, but a new story to her. She's smiling. That's good. The food arrives, and you know you're still going to be hungry. This infuriates you, and it's all Kevin's fault somehow. You knew you should have ordered an appetizer, because the appetizers at this place are bigger than the main courses for some reason, but you didn't want to be cheap, but you didn't want to get an appetizer and a main course, because of fucking Kevin. You start going to that dark place in your mind again. You try to cover it up because your ex used to say that you were such an insufferable drag and you're trying to be a lighter person right now, but maybe that's not who you are. Suddenly your date starts communicating all the dark thoughts that are going on in your head. You feel relieved, understood, seen, validated. You relax and ease into your true form. A judgmental and neurotic romantic with unhealthy defense mechanisms. You're having the best time talking shit with a like-minded soul. You decide you're gonna ask your date to go to that bar that your friend works at that has the free pizza because you're fucking starving. Your date agrees. You get excited at the bar when your date chooses a dark corner. You love dark corners. There's something about actual dark corners that soothe the dark corners in your mind. You want to kiss her, but she looks like a doll you're afraid to mess up. Fuck it, you're gonna kiss her.